Hello out there, and in front of you today is a disassembled Ferrum Forge Falcon, and that's the mass drop exclusive knife that is on loan to me from my buddy Bill, and I have it taken apart because I have to do some aesthetic work on it. Now, when I got this knife, in the course of carrying it, I scratched up this show side scale really badly, and I will link to the review down below so you can check that out, just the look of it, or any more information on the knife if you're interested. But you can see the start of that scratch, and it went all the way down through here. And so what I'm doing right now is removing the coating and the finish that is on the titanium. You can see a little more clearly what that finish looked like. And so I'm removing it in order to try to make an aesthetic looking knife again. And I'm going to have to play it by ear and figure out how I want to do that, whether it's a stonewash or something else in order to make the knife good looking again, because I certainly owe Bill that. But I thought it was pretty interesting when I took the knife apart, and I wanted to show you guys some of the tools that I use and some of the things that I'm doing, because there's always people asking for tutorials and little how-to kind of things. And so yeah, I just wanted to touch on that real quickly today. So here are the pieces of the knife. A pretty simple knife to take apart on paper because there's only a couple external body screws. There are a couple other things that are holding the knife together from the inside, which makes it a little bit different from what I'm used to. But overall, simple to take apart if you're able to execute that. And I did have a big struggle getting this body screw, which is one of the only body screws in the knife, getting it out. The Loctite on this was very strong, and I was dangerously close to stripping it. And so what you can do in that situation, and what a lot of people will recommend, is you use a blow dryer. You know, you get the area of the knife that has the hardware that has all the Loctite on it, and you hit it with a blow dryer, heat it up. That heat starts to loosen the Loctite and gives you the ability to unscrew unscrew the hardware. Everyone doesn't own a blow dryer. I actually do not anymore. My blow dryer broke. I never had any need for it myself, but my wife's blow dryer broke, and she said she didn't need another one. And so I went online and tried to find a new one or a new tool that would work in its stead. And this is what I found. I wanted to share this with you guys. It's called a hot air gun. All right. It is a really cheap feeling piece of plastic, but it's less than 10 bucks on Amazon, and it gets really hot. It's meant for arts and crafts, I guess. I don't know what in arts and crafts. Maybe like helping glue dry, whatever. But it heats up the hardware really well and gives you the ability to remove that Loctite and get screws out a whole lot easier than a blow dryer ever did for me. So yeah, if you're looking for something to help you out with that, I would definitely recommend going that route. Really cheap, like I said, under 10 bucks. Cheaper than a blow dryer, so that's why I went with it. And it's working out really well. Now, the other main tool that I'm using for the removal of the finish is just this Dremel, like it's a coarse polishing pad, I guess is what you would call it. And yeah, this just takes stuff off really quickly. And I'm just going to show just what this can do in just a brief minute or two on camera, just to show you, how quickly some of these finishes will come off if you have the right tools. Because before I got my Dremel tool, I was using just like sandpaper and doing everything by hand. And I mean, this will be way quicker. Just watch how quick this will work. So it just takes a few seconds, and you can remove the coating and the finish really easily. And it makes sense that it would be that easy with this knife because how easily it scratches off. You can tell that it's just going to be easy to remove. So that's basically what I have going on. That's what's going to be in front of me, and I'll follow up with you with the results of this and where the knife goes. All right, guys, and here we are with the finished modification, and surprisingly, it's a whole lot more simple than I expected it to be, because all that I really did here was remove that coating and add just a little bit of color to the clip and the backspacer. And the reason for that is that when that coating started coming off and I started to get a feel for the titanium on its own, I realized that it wasn't nearly as slippery as I expected it to be. And so I didn't want to polish it or stonewash it or do anything to it that would make it more slick and make you lose that great ergonomic feel to it, you know? The knife doesn't feel nearly as grippy, I'd say, as it did with the coating, but it's still like very, very reasonable and still feels great in the hand, you know? So I didn't want to do any kind of polishing, like I said. And so what that sort of means, though, is that I slowed down and stopped on the buffing at a point where there might still be some spots where it's just not quite perfect in the removal of that coating. And I think, you know, as you can see, that I got most of it, you know, I got almost all of it for the most part, but anytime you're removing a coating from, say, a blade or a handle scale, you know, residue gets left and you have to be really attentive to it in order to get every last bit, you know, and there's always a little bit here and there that is just a struggle, and I'll try to focus on the details of the scale, as you can see here, maybe some of those lines in the frame, you know, and the more work that I put into it, the more polished it was going to get, and so the more slick that it would become. And so again, I just really tried to minimize that, and so I removed the residue as much as possible and then left it as is. You know, Bill's only direction to me when it came to this was to try to put something on the knife that would be durable, you know, something that would last. And so that's why the decision to leave the scales as is and not anodize them was made. And so going to the backspacer and the clip, that's why I decided to just do those two accent pieces, because I figured that would hold up just a little bit better over time. And the color on that, man, the color came out good. So I like it a lot. Adds a little bit of flair to the knife, you know, keeps it from looking plain. So that's pretty neat. There is also, if you're watching this, as of the posting of this video, there is a Falcon available on Massdrop again right now. So yeah, you can go and order it. They did another run, so that is out there. And hopefully this one right here serves Bill really well. Hopefully he enjoys it and likes what I did. And hopefully, really hopefully, that makes up for the big scratch. So let me know what you think, guys, and any questions, comments, complaints, suggestions, as always, let me know down below. Like I said, massdrop.com, that Ferrum Forged Falcon is available right now, and I will talk with you soon with some more knife updates and reviews. Have a good one.